Hedonism, meaning the pursuit of pleasure, self-indulgence. Example, his life of hedonism eventually caught up with him, leaving him empty and unfulfilled. Laconic, meaning using few words, brief, to the point. Example, her laconic reply indicated she wasn't interested in continuing the conversation. Blunderbuss, meaning a clumsy person. Example, he's such a blunderbuss, always knocking things over. Cringe, meaning recoil, flinch, shy away. Example, I cringe every time I hear that awkward story about my childhood. Envenom, meaning to cause bitterness and bad feeling. Example, his harsh words only serve to envenom the already tense atmosphere. Obscure, meaning difficult to understand, partially hidden. Example, the author's obscure references made the novel difficult to follow. Lance, meaning spear, spike, javelin. Example, the knight skillfully wielded his lance in the jousting tournament. Poignant, meaning deeply moving, strongly affecting the emotions. Example, the poignant film brought tears to everyone's eyes. Respite, meaning a break, intermission. Example, the weekend provided a welcome respite from the pressures of work. Terse, meaning concise, to the point. Example, his terse reply suggested he was annoyed by the question. Acrophobia, meaning fear of heights. Example, she couldn't join us on the hike because of her acrophobia. Bourgeois, meaning middle class. Example, the film critiques the values of the bourgeois society. Oblique, meaning indirect, slanting. Example, he made an oblique reference to the company's financial troubles. Debility, meaning weakness, incapacity. Example, after the illness, she suffered from general debility. Plumage, meaning feathers of a bird. Example, the peacock's plumage is admired for its vibrant colors. Hiatus, meaning interruption, pause. Example, the band is on hiatus and will not be touring this year. Resignation, meaning acceptance of fate. Example, with a sigh of resignation, she accepted the fact that she would not get the promotion. Tenacious, meaning stubborn, resolute, holding firm to a purpose. Example, her tenacious spirit helped her overcome many obstacles. Languid, meaning tired, slow. Example, he moved with languid grace, conserving his energy for the final sprint. Accolade, meaning tribute, honor, praise. Example, she received accolades from her peers for her groundbreaking research. Bolster, meaning support, prop up. Example, the new evidence bolstered his argument in court. Ephemeral, meaning short-lived. Example, the beauty of the cherry blossoms is ephemeral, lasting only a few days. Cryptic. Meaning, puzzling, enigmatic. Example, the cryptic message left everyone scratching their heads. Hedonist. Meaning, a pleasure seeker. Example, the hedonist spent his days indulging in luxury and excess. Lamentation. Meaning, expression of regret or sorrow. Example, the lamentation in her voice was evident when she spoke about her lost love. Obliterate. Meaning, destroy, demolish, eradicate. Example, the tornado obliterated everything in its path. Plummet. Meaning, fall suddenly and steeply. Example, stock prices plummeted after the company's earnings report was released. Resolution. Meaning, determination. Example, her resolution to succeed was evident in her unwavering commitment. Tentative. Meaning, not certain. Example, we have a tentative plan to meet next weekend, but it's not confirmed yet. Acquiesce. Meaning, to agree to, give in to. Example, despite his misgivings, he acquiesced to her request. Bombast. Meaning, arrogant, pompous language. Example, the politician's speech was full of bombast but lacked substance. Curtail. Meaning, cut short. Example, the new policies are likely to curtail freedom of expression. Epicure. Meaning, someone who appreciates good food and drink. Example, the restaurant is popular among epicures for its gourmet cuisine. Heed. Meaning, listen to. Example, you should heed the advice of your elders. Lampoon. Meaning, ridicule, spoof. Example, the comedian's skit was a lampoon of the current political climate. Oblivious. Meaning, totally unaware. Example, he seemed oblivious to the fact that he was being watched. Podium. Meaning, raised platform. Example, the speaker approached the podium with confidence. Resonant. Meaning, echoing. Example, his resonant voice filled the auditorium. Tenuous. Meaning, flimsy, not solid. Example, the evidence presented was tenuous at best. Acrid. Meaning, sharp, pungent, used of smells and tastes. Example, the acrid smell of smoke filled the room. Boorish. Meaning, ill-mannered. Example, his boorish behavior embarrassed everyone at the dinner party. Cynical. Meaning, believing that people act only out of selfish motives. Example, her cynical view of the world makes it hard for her to trust others. Obscured. Meaning, hidden, covered, buried. Example, the fog obscured our view of the mountains. Poised. Meaning, calm, collected, self-possessed. Example, she remained poised under pressure during the interview. Resplendent. Meaning, shining, glowing. Example, the bride looked resplendent in her wedding gown. Therapeutic. Meaning, a medicinal, curative. Example, the therapeutic massage relieved his back pain. Acuity. Meaning, sharpness, mental or visual. Example, the artist's visual acuity was evident in his detailed paintings. Braggart. Meaning, someone who boasts. Example, no one liked the braggart who constantly talked about his achievements. Debunking. Meaning, exposing false claims or myths. Example, the scientist spent years debunking the myth surrounding alternative medicine. Epitomized. Meaning, typified, characterized, personified. Example, she epitomized elegance and grace in her performance. Hidebound. Meaning, rigid in opinions. Example, the hidebound traditions of the school were hard to change. Languish. Meaning, decay, fade away, get weaker. Example, without proper care, the plants will languish and die. Obsequious. Meaning, servile, submissive. Example, the obsequious assistant was always ready to do her boss's bidding. Polemical. Meaning, causing debate or argument. Example, his polemical writings often sparked controversy. Restorative. Meaning, a tonic. Example, after the long hike, the herbal tea was a restorative that refreshed her. Tenuous. Meaning, flimsy, not solid. Example, their tenuous relationship was often strained by misunderstandings. Equivocate. Meaning, speak ambiguously, avoid telling the truth. Example, the politician continued to equivocate when asked about the scandal.